Rodents have thrived everywhere on this planet except in Antarctica. There are more rodent species than any other mammal, which with more than 2,000 species on every continent, again, with the exception of Antarctica, of course. Indeed, rodents make up about 40% of all the mammals in the world. Most rodents are rather small, like mice and rats. One kind, the teeny tiny pygmy jerboa, is less than 2 inches long when it's fully grown. That's smaller than your mom's pinky finger. However, some rodents aren't small at all. When I was a child, I heard terrible stories about giant rodents the size of dogs walking through restaurants in South America. That thought struck fear in my heart and convinced me that I didn't want to travel down there. Little did I know that there was a very large rodent, the beaver, living in my own state of Texas. Apparently I live in Texas now, guys. As fictitious as it sounded, there actually is a rodent in South America that grows to the size of a dog. Yes, a dog. It's the 100-pound, 4-foot-long capybara. What makes a rodent a rodent? Let's begin with the word rodent. The Latin word rodia means to gnaw, and dent means to tooth. Put those words together and you get rodent, or a gnaw tooth. Rodents are characterized by teeth that need to gnaw. Have you ever read a Aesop fable about the rodent who freed a lion caught in a net? If you have, you know that rodents are notorious for gnawing. Why? It's actually gnawing, guys. I keep pronouncing the G for some reason. It's gnawing. Well, in the front of a rodent's mouth are 4 long, sharp incisor teeth. 2 on the top and 2 on the bottom. These teeth never stop growing, and a rodent must gnaw on wood and trees to keep them from getting too long. In other words, they nibble and chew to wear down their incisors. They chew holes in trees, houses, churches to make a home for themselves. Squirrels, rats, mice, and many other creatures are notorious for chewing holes in people's homes. Of course, not all rodents chew holes in buildings. Beavers chew down trees to build their homes. Though they enjoy chewing on anything, most rodents eat plant material, with some exceptions. A few will eat fish or insects, and squirrels have been known to eat eggs of nesting birds. Many, like a prairie dog, are extremely social animals, often forming huge colonies. Other rodent colonies are smaller, and new members are kicked out of the group when they become mature. Some rodents, like porcupines, are loners. Smaller rodents have a short lifespan of only a few years, but they make up for this by having many young before they die, sometimes producing 300 new rodents before they depart from the earth. Because they reproduce a lot, these rodents spread throughout regions very quickly. Larger rodents, like the beavers, bear only a few young every year, but they usually live for several years. Rodents have varied lifestyles and habitats, ranging from burrowing gophers and mole rats to arboreal squirrels and flying squirrels. There are aquatic rodents like beavers and muskrats, and desert dwellers such as kangaroo rats and jerboas. Some are nocturnal like mice and rats, whereas others are diurnal like beavers and squirrels. Though there are many differences among rodents, there are also many similarities. Not only do they have the gnawing teeth I told you about earlier, but also none have canine teeth. In addition, most rodents have similar body plans. They are squat with short limbs and most are plantigrade walkers. Can you remember what plantigrade means? I hope so, because I'm gonna ask. Most rodents have a long tail, except for a few like hamsters and the capybara, which only have a little stub of a tail. Many rodents use their tails for specific purposes. A beaver, for example, uses its tail to help it swim. Hopping rodents have long tails with a tuft on the end that help them balance. Some have prehensile tails that can wrap around objects like a fifth arm. The flying squirrel has a bushy tail that fans out and functions a bit like a tail of an aeroplane. Rodents provide food for many wild animals. If there were fewer rodents, there wouldn't be enough food for many other animals. Rodents are also important for seed dispersal. Not only do squirrels bury acorns that sprout into trees, but yes, it's all very exciting. But the seeds released in these droppings sometimes sprout into new plants as well. Rodents, such as rats, are used by humans for many things, such as testing fields for explosive mines. Oh, that's sad. They are also used in science laboratories. Because of the help of laboratory rats, we have medicines that can cure or help with many diseases. You might be alive today because of a lab rat. Many scientists find it useful to split rodents into three main groups: mouse-like rodents, squirrel-like rodents, and cavy-like rodents. What is a cavy? It's a rodent that has a chubby body, short legs, a large head, and short ears. The capybara I mentioned earlier is a cavy-like rodent, as are guinea pigs, and of course cavies. Beavers, squirrels, and springhares are squirrel-like rodents, while voles, lemmings, rats, mice, gophers, and dormice are mouse-like rodents. Now that you know some of the basics about these interesting creatures, hop in your Jeep because we're heading into rodent territory in the next video. He's very excited.
That's all, folks.